From the Auburn Sports Network and Play Fly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
The Hoover Met. Auburn gets the first of two trips here tonight. The Tigers return for the SEC tournament next month. Tonight, Auburn plays Samford for a second time this season. Good evening and War Eagle from the Hoover Met with Brad Law. I'm Andy Burcham. Auburn took 2 of 3 from Mississippi State last weekend. The Tiger Bats came alive against the Bulldogs, scoring 25 runs. Chris Rembert led Auburn and the SEC in hits last weekend. The Tiger second baseman was named the SEC Player of the Week. Cooper McMurray raised his batting average 46 points in the SEC with his weekend against State. Auburn beat Samford at Plainsman Park 15-8 in February. Eric Snow led the way with 3 hits and 3 runs batted in. Snow, Cooper McMurray, and Bub Terrell all homered that night. Samford enters this week at 23-20 and 9-6 in the SoCon. Designated hitter Cade Carr leads the Bulldogs, hitting .352 with 50 runs batted in. Freshman Christian Chatterton makes his 4th straight midweek start tonight. The right-hander is 2-1 with an earned run average of 4.58. Samford counters with junior right-hander Heath Clevenger. The 2023 SoCon Tournament MVP is 1-0 with an ERA of 8.31. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
New Auburn soccer head coach James Armstrong.
To be sat here as somebody that grew up in a small town in England, to have the honor and privilege to coach in America full stop, but at Auburn University. I'd love to say that that's sunk in, but it hasn't. And the fact that I was here 6 years ago, if you'd have told me, James, that you might one day have the opportunity to call yourself the head coach of Auburn University and Auburn soccer program, I wouldn't have believed it. None of that is possible without Coach Hopper, her friendship, guidance, mentorship, and it was an emotional day for the two of us.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with our exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Butch Thompson.
Game 2 against Samford, and you'll be right back here at the Hoover Met in a couple weeks.
Man, they've made some changes here. It looks great. Can't wait to get back up here in a few weeks with their whole conference attending this year's tournament for the first time, and that new 16-team format's going to be great. And with us now, we're starting the last 3 weeks of the season, and how important every game, every day, every pitch is. And we get Samford tonight to start off this 4-game series, or 4 games on the road this week, and go up to Knoxville. But the team's done a really good job all year long of, like, in the moment, and today's game is huge. We've played good enough baseball this entire season for every game to matter here down the stretch, and that's a positive. And so this game has great impact tonight. Christian Chatterton, who 2 of the last 3 weekends against Georgia Tech did such a great job, and and sandwiched in between there was Jacksonville State. And now he's got an opportunity to get us off to a good start here to Hoover Met versus Samford.
Is it as simple as his changeup has become more prominent? He's throwing his changeup better. Has that been the big difference in Christian for these last midweek starts?
I do. It's control, but it's really command, just authority over his pitches. And I think it sets the fastball up. It's a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, and he has great conviction with it. And that's hard. If you don't have a lot with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, and that's just blind and by itself, it's really hard to survive at this level. When you feature a changeup, and not just a good or an average changeup, but a way above average changeup, now it allows a second pitch to play. And there's a curveball and slider there too, with the 3 or 4 pitches that mix. But I do think the highlight of these last 3 starts have been that ability to throw that changeup at any time in the count, ahead or behind. It's allowed the fastball to go inside on a hitter and get through there instead of somebody being at the front door. It's just disrupted and changed the timing to be able to take the sting out of the swing. It was 6 perfect innings at Jacksonville State, and it just absolutely neutralized Georgia Tech. That's a brag. That's not that's one of the best offenses in the country, how he neutralized that. And I think the final piece there is it neutralizes those left-handed hitters, because when you look at every great offense and every great lineup, it oftentimes has to do with their left-handed hitters, and him being a right-handed pitcher with that plush changeup has just neutralized some of those left-handed hitters, and just returning to that command is just giving him a new lease. So he's learned so much as a freshman, where he went out and had so many quality starts there early for us, got in the league, got a little bumpy, got challenging for him, and he's had the resolve within a season to bounce back, and really now is pitching his best baseball, and we need it again tonight.
Do you approach this tonight as we go with him as long as we need him, or do you keep the weekend in mind, as important as tonight is with Tennessee coming up this week?
Yeah, I know we talked about that yesterday in our weekly report. It's just, again, this game's so important, and once this first pitch is made, I want him to go get out of the first inning and just feel the complexion of the ball game. I'm interested. First time we played Samford at Plainsman Park, Andres Alvarez started that game, and that's a guy that's been starting some Sundays for us after he relieved Chatterton there on the Sunday in SEC play. So we need these 2 freshmen. We're counting on 2 freshmen to throw a big ball game tonight. And then the importance of this ball game, Andy, we're running the same lineup out there that we did Sunday in the finale against Mississippi State. And, Ryan Hetzler pitched Friday, Mississippi State, to finish that ball game. We'll have all hands on deck to try to get to the finish line, and hopefully these 2 freshmen can get us into the ball game, whether it's 3-3 or Chatterton gets locked up into 5 innings again. We do think he has the resilience, and we've conserved both of these freshmen enough that whatever they do tonight, we still think we have them available for us if we need them in Knoxville this weekend.
Not that every game isn't important, but where this game is, the way this team is playing, postseason implications, this midweek game takes on, I think, a little bit more importance here tonight. Would you agree?
Yeah, for a whole conference, especially for us. And like I said, this is because we've done a good enough body of work and played that type of schedule that the table's set now, but nothing's settled. And the next 3 weeks is head down, and you just fight for every opportunity that you get. The guys got to stay on the process and keep trying to, figure out ways to keep their acts sharp, keep finding the sequences, keep finding the ways to take risk and just play baseball and play free. But I think I can talk to them for 2 minutes, and we all know the urgency and meaning, and it's really a job well done. But it's we're just at a stage now where if we stop now, we're done. Feels like we're getting a little offense going. We try to be honest all the time and talk about these are our challenges and these are the things going on. But man, it was pretty exciting to see some offense against some really good arms this past weekend, and you want to carry that momentum right into this week and keep playing good offense. But every game matters, and that's what makes this SEC, the schedule, and this finish to this 25 season so exciting.
Wish you all the best tonight, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
It's Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Hurry in for insider deals on must-have spring styles from your favorite brands, like an extra 30% off new dresses, handbags, and accessories from Karl Lagerfeld Paris, Donna Karan New York, Avec La Vie, and more. Plus, get 15% off fragrances, beauty, and skincare, too. It's not only the best time to shop for yourself, it's also the best time to shop early for Mother's Day. Don't miss Friends and Family, going on now at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Samford is the home team in tonight's game here at the Hoover Met. Tony David's Bulldogs are 23-20 on the season. Here is their lineup. The leadoff hitter is the second baseman, Jeffrey Ince. Jackson Harris plays first base and bats second. Cade Carr, the leading RBI producer, leading hitter on the team, is the DH. He hits third. Jake Souders is the left fielder and the cleanup man. Parker McDonald leads Samford in home runs with 11. He's the third baseman, batting fifth. Michael Gupton, the center fielder, hits sixth. Hitting seventh and playing right field, Angelo Prieto. Hayden Perry catches and bats eighth. And Gus Gandy is the shortstop, batting ninth. Again, for Samford, Ince, Harris, Carr, Souders, McDonald, Gupton, Prieto, Perry, and Gandy. Now for your Auburn Tigers, Butch Thompson's team ranked number 5 in the country, 30 wins, 14 losses on the season, a top 5 RPI and the number 1 strength of schedule in America. The leadoff man is the SEC Player of the Week, the second baseman, Chris Rembert. Cade Ballou is in the lineup in center field. He will bat second. Hitting third and playing right field, it's Ike Irish. Cooper McMurray at first base is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth at third base, it's Eric Guevara. In the sixth hole, the Samford transfer designated hitter Lucas Steele. Bub Terrell in left field hits seventh. The catcher is Chase Freilich. He will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Derek Fabian. Again, for the Tigers, Rembert, Ballou, Irish, McMurray, Guevara, Steele, Terrell, Freilich, and Fabian. Absolutely gorgeous night for baseball, and it's good to be here at the Hoover Met. The last 2 times these 2 teams were slated to play in this ballpark, weather was a factor, and it was rained out. And so it's good to be here tonight with bright sunshine and clear enough skies and a really favorable forecast for this game. Auburn is on the field, Samford is on the field. The team's about to have tonight's national anthem, and then we will be back with first pitch. One final pregame timeout. Then it's Tigers and Bulldogs from Hoover Metropolitan Stadium. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the new look at auburntigers.com. Read the latest feature stories. Get critical game day information and graphics. Search videos and audio. Find out how to get connected by digital and social media or by joining Tigers Unlimited. Shop the AU Photo Store or buy your tickets to the next event on the athletics calendar. auburntigers.com, the official website of Auburn Athletics.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Recognized by Newsweek as one of America's best maternity care hospitals, East Alabama Health provides comprehensive treatment for mothers and babies throughout Auburn, Opelika, and the East Alabama region. And starting with the 2024 football season, we're pleased to partner with Auburn Athletics to provide a special Aubie blanket to each baby born at our hospital through a program we call Tiger Tots. For all your maternity care needs, trust the experts at East Alabama Health.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And by Cook's Pest Control, keeping your home and business safe from pests and termites since 1928.
Welcome back to the Hoover Met, where it's almost time for baseball. Rembert, Ballou, and Irish against Heath Clevenger, and the Samford defense set up this way. Jake Souders in left, Michael Gupton in center, Angelo Prieto in right. Third to first, Parker McDonald, Gus Gandy, Jeffrey Ince, Jackson Harris. Hayden Perry is the catcher for Clevenger. Before we give you his numbers, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Clevenger, a hard-throwing 6'6", 210-pound right-hander, redshirt junior from Alpharetta, Georgia. This is only his sixth outing of the year. 4 1/3 innings of relief so far this season. 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Teams are hitting .316 against Clevenger, a 1-0 record and an 8.31 earned run average. 3 wild pitches, 1 hit batter. Clevenger gets the call tonight. He'll face Rembert, Ballou, and Irish, and we turn it over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get us going on a sunny Tuesday.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. First pitch weather forecast brought to you by Blue Moon. Everything becomes brighter with Blue Moon. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. 82 degrees, wind out of the south to southeast at 8 miles an hour, blowing out to left. Mostly clear skies overhead. SEC Player of the Week, Chris Rembert into the batter's box, and the first pitch from Clevenger bounces up in the left-handed batter's box to the backstop. Tigers in the all-gray tops and bottoms tonight. The blue ball caps with the orange AU across the front, blue lettering across the front, orange number on the front, blue number on the back. Clevenger pitches and finds the outside corner for strike one. Danny Cricks behind the plate. Eric Gaucher at first. Will Posey at second, and Dustin Ragsdale down at third. The umpiring crew here tonight, folks, continue to file into the Hoover Met. Clevenger the stretch. And the pitch to Rembert. Ground ball left side through for a base hit. He led the Southeastern Conference in hits last week, and he starts this week with a base hit through the left side.
Talk about a guy who is dialed in. There is no fatigue setting in that freshman season. Chris Rembert is locked in at the plate and really flourishing since moving into the leadoff spot.
Here's Cade Ballou, the Auburn center fielder, batting .291, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. Rembert, a threat to steal, 4 stolen bases in 7 attempts. And he's at first to lead off this ball game. Heath Clevenger stretches. And the pitch. Changeup for strike one. Ballou looks to the Auburn dugout. Tigers in the first base dugout tonight. That's where Gabe Gross flashes the signs for Auburn. Carl Nonamaker down in the third base coach's box. Andrew Dutton at first. 0-1 pitch. Ballou sends one into deep center field. Gupton ranges back. He looks up, and that is gone. Cade Ballou's 5th home run of the season off the batting eye in center. And just like that, Auburn breaks out on top 2-0.
Well, if you thought Auburn was going to be caught looking ahead to this weekend and that top 10 showdown in Knoxville, well, they're not looking ahead. Cade Ballou back into the lineup, feeling good, shoulder feeling healthy. That ball was off the top of the batter's eye and straight away center field.
It's 402 to center, 375 to the power alleys, and 335 down the lines. It's a symmetrical ballpark here at the Hoover Met. Auburn breaks on top 2-0 on the 5th home run of the year by Ballou. And now Ike Irish to the plate for Auburn as Clevenger stretches and pitches. And Irish swings at the first pitch. That's not a big surprise. And fouls it off the left side out of play.
Well, there you go. The benefit of Rembert and him getting on base at the volume that he does, and then the big bat of Ballou batting second.
Pitch. Irish takes the off-speed pitch downstairs. Ball and a strike to the Auburn right fielder. 338 the average, a team leading 11 home runs. Second with 37 runs batted into the man that's on deck. Cooper McMurray. Stretched by Clevenger. Here's the pitch. Irish swings on a great diving catch by the second baseman, Jeffrey Ince. That ball was scorched by Irish, but Ince going to his left made a diving catch for the first out of the inning.
Clevenger is not fooling anyone here in the first inning. 3 outstanding swings against him. That one was just close enough for the second baseman to make the play. Clevenger is coming off of his longest outing of the year. He hadn't gone more than 2/3 of an inning until April 26th against Western Carolina. So just 3 days ago, he went 3 innings, faced 13 batters, gave up 3 hits, and struck out 1.
Here's Cooper McMurray to the plate for Auburn. First pitch misses down. John Whitney, a right-hander, already warming up in the pen for Samford.
Yeah, before Ballou's ball landed out there, he was jogging down to the bullpen.
Well, it took a long while to land.
Mm-hmm.
And time called by the Samford catcher, Perry Hayden. Don't know if there's a pitch con situation.
Yeah, that's what he seemed to be indicating, kind of pointing down to his wrist.
And now the shift is on for McMurray, the third baseman, the only one on the left side of the diamond. The pitch. Cooper swings and chops it foul up the first base side. A ball and a strike to McMurray. Had a big weekend for the Tigers, so much so that in SEC play alone, he raised his batting average 46 points this weekend.
Oh, it couldn't come at a better time,
you're not
too.
kidding.
With 3 weekends left in conference play, got to have his bat.
A ball and a strike to McMurray. Clevenger stretches and pitches. McMurray takes a strike. A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn first baseman, batting .333, 9 homers, 40 runs batted in.
Clevenger thought there were already 2 strikes. He walked off the mound and turned his back to the plate like you do when you strike somebody out.
1-2, the actual count. Here's the pitch. McMurray, left side base hit. Up the third baseline. Left fielder Souders is over to get it. And McMurray, as we've seen so many times in his career at Auburn, taking advantage of the shift and going the opposite way for the single.
7 hits now in his last 4 games. Welcome back, Cooper McMurray. Just so smart. The entire left side is wide open, so he didn't try to do too much. He caught it middle away. And that's how, look, if they're not going to try to get him with a slider down and in, they're going to pitch him away. He recognized it early and went the other way.
Here's Eric Guevara batting .290, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in for the Auburn third baseman. McMurray with the lead at first, the pitch. Guevara takes it low, 1-0. Guevara with his 3rd home run of the week of the season this past weekend. Auburn unleashed the bats, 25 runs in the 3 games against Mississippi State. Stretch and pitch. Missed low, blocked by the catcher Hayden. 2 balls and no strikes to Eric Guevara.
Samford as a team is hitting .294. The first 6 in their order are all potent, so it's good to see the offense early.
2-0 pitch. Guevara takes ball 3 low. This team hits home runs. They've got 62 on the season, Brad, and they will run on you if they get the opportunity as well.
They can do both. Yeah, it's a mix of power and speed.
3 balls and no strikes to Guevara. Auburn on top 2-0. Runner at first with 1 out. We're in the top of the first. Here comes the 3-0. Down the middle for a strike to Guevara. Lucas Steele, the Samford transfer, waits on deck. Glad to have you along tonight on the Auburn Sports Network. Our great list of affiliates throughout the Southeast on the Auburn Tigers Game Day app and on YouTube in the booth. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fields flips to McMurray at second, or to get McMurray at second. No return throw to first, and Guevara is aboard with 2 outs. He got that jammed on him just a little bit.
Jammed, and as a result, didn't get the full force of his power behind it. It was about a 9-hopper out there to Gandy at short.
2 down, and here is Lucas Steele. Switch hitter will bat left-handed against his former teammate, Heath Clevenger.
He was 2 for 4 against Samford with a couple of RBIs and a couple of runs scored in the first meeting between these two back at Plainsman Park.
Shift is on for Steele, batting left-handed. As Clevenger stretches and pitches. Steele takes the curveball for strike 1. I don't think we have the benefit of the velocity of the pitches tonight. If so, I haven't found it yet. Clevenger stretches. 0-1. Just missed the outside corner. A ball and a strike to Lucas. Batting .255, 4 homers and 28 runs batted in. A runner at first, 2 down for Auburn. Tigers lead 2-0. We're in the first. Here comes the pitch. Steele takes the strike on the inside corner. 1-2.
No, we're a little primitive in our setup here. No radar gun, no monitors.
Just us.
Like the old days.
Yeah. A ball and 2 strikes to Lucas Steele. Stretch and pitch. Lucas swings. Went after one on the outside corner. Had to protect the plate, and he fouled it back. A 2-run homer by Cade Ballou, following the single by Chris Rembert. Has plated Auburn's 2 runs. Chance to score more. Guevara at first with 2 down. 1-2 the count to Steele the pitch. Swing chopper, 1 hopper to the first baseman. Harris takes it to the bag, and the inning comes to a close. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. A man left for Auburn. We go to the bottom of the first. Auburn 2. Samford comes to the plate. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Auburn stakes Christian Chatterton to a 2-run lead defensively behind the freshman. The Tigers have Bub Terrell in left, Cade Ballou in center, Ike Irish in right. On the infield, third to first, Eric Guevara, Derek Fabian, Chris Rembert, Cooper McMurray, Chase Freilich behind the plate. And another start for Christian Chatterton, his 4th straight midweek start. 6 feet, 203-pound freshman right-hander from Brooks High School in Killen on the season. 37 1/3 innings pitched in 10 appearances, all in a starting role. 2-1 the record, a 4.58 earned run average. In 37 1/3, he's given up 27 hits, 19 earned runs. He's walked 17 and struck out 41. Opposition is batting .208 against Christian Chatterton. He's hit 6 batters, thrown 4 wild pitches. 4 straight midweek starts now for Chatterton. And in his last 2, he's gone 10 innings, and allowed 0 earned runs.
How many?
0.
Can't get any better than that.
As in your favorite kind of Coca-Cola.
Yes, indeed.
Coke Zero.
That's indeed. Jeffrey Ince will lead it off for Samford. Second baseman is batting .331 with 9 homers and 28 runs batted in, 17 stolen bases. Keep this guy off the base paths as Chatterton winds and fires and misses outside with the fastball. 2-0 Tigers on top. We're in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, they have 3 guys with double-digit steals. Michael Gupton is 7 for 10. I mean, they will try up and down the lineup.
Wind and the 1-0. Fly ball into shallow right center. Ballou will take this one, loses his ball cap, and makes the catch. 1 out in the bottom of the first. News coming out today as Auburn head coach Nick Kleinert named in the offseason as the head coach of the United States Palmer Cup, and there will be an Auburn flavor on the team this season. Anna Davis, Carson Baca, Josiah Gilbert, and Jackson Coyben.
Wonderful.
Will all play for the United States at the Congaree Golf Club in Ridgeland, South Carolina. That'll be June 5th through the 7th. We'll be right in the middle of the baseball postseason at that point. 1-0 the count to Jackson Harris, first baseman, batting .316, 4 homers and 34 runs batted in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike, calling the outside corner, a ball and a strike.
Well, Ince got up underneath the pitch from Chatterton, and when Christian is on, that's what he's getting. A lot of high pop flies because he's mixing his speeds well, and the changeup is effective.
1-1. Changeup. That was a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike to Harris.
Last time out, 4 innings, no runs, no hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts against Georgia Tech.
2 balls and a strike to count to Harris. Chatterton winds and fires. Harris swings through the changeup, 2-2.
Remember, it was 2 weeks ago against Jack State where he retired the first 18 that he faced. Exited after 6 innings, giving up 2 unearned runs.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Changeup inside corner. First strikeout for Chatterton and the Tigers. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Brad, in those 2 outings, as well as he has pitched, he couldn't pitch much better. Yeah. He doesn't have a decision in either of those games.
Right. Yeah. That Jack State one was a real shame because that was the best start statistically that an Auburn pitcher has had this year.
Here's Cade Carr, the DH. Wind and a pitch. Missed a little bit outside.
Christian is a guy who started on opening weekend, struck out 9 against Baylor, which was the most by a freshman since 2014.
Long look in, now the 1-0 delivery. It misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to the leading hitter on the Samford Ball Club. Carr batting .352, 7 homers, and leads the Bulldogs with 50 runs batted in.
Chatterton ran into some bumps early in conference play, has smoothed back out in these midweek starts.
1 word, changeup. There it is, and there's a strike. 2-1.
And I just wonder, you only have 1 midweek left after this, if Christian might work his way back into that weekend rotation.
2-1. Strike 2. I wouldn't be at all surprised. I won't be surprised if we don't see Christian Chatterton sometime this weekend in Knoxville.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Carr.
Back-to-back changeups. You go again.
2-2. Fastball. And he jammed him and fouled it to the backstop. This is a big ballpark in every regard. There's tons of foul room down each line and behind home plate.
What do you think, that's 60 feet behind the plate or more?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Glad I asked.
Another 2-2 pitch to Carr. Here it is. Change up, strike 3. Got him looking. 2 strikeouts for Chatterton in the first. He sets down Samford in order. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. 2-0 Auburn leads Samford with the Hoover Met tonight. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
2-0 Auburn through 1 here at the Hoover Met. And before we get underway in the second, let's check the Yellowwood scoreboard. Full night of midweek action in the SEC. Auburn's next opponent is Tennessee. Volunteers hosting Northern Kentucky tonight, and it's NKU with the early 4-3 lead. They're in the third inning up at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, where Auburn will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Elsewhere, Vanderbilt leads Indiana State. Sorry, Andy. 3-0 Commodores on top.
March on.
Bottom of the fifth. Western Kentucky leads Kentucky 6-3 in the bottom of the seventh in Bowling Green. It is South Carolina 1, Charleston Southern 0 on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Second inning in Columbia. Missouri leads 25th-ranked Kansas 1-0 in Lawrence. They're just underway in the first there. Kennesaw State with an early 1-0 lead at Georgia. More first-inning action. Memphis and Mississippi State scoreless. Texas A&M and Lamar just underway in scoreless. Same for LSU and Southeastern Louisiana. 4 other games to come. Ole Miss, Austin Peay, Texas, Prairie View, Arkansas at Missouri State canceled. Wichita State at Oklahoma canceled. So just 2 other games tonight that are yet to get underway. That's your Yellowwood scoreboard.
Bub Terrell will lead it off for Auburn. Bottom third of the order for the Tigers against Clevenger, who stretches and pitches. And Bub takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Terrell batting .281, 4 homers and 23 runs batted in. 2-0 Tigers lead. We're in the top half of the second. Now the stretch and the pitch. Terrell, line drive, base hit to left field. Souders is over to cut it off. He dropped it, and Terrell is on the move. They will not get him. He's into second base. Butch Thompson, from the start of this season, has talked about mad.
Mm-hmm.
You run hard to first. He never broke stride because Souders didn't boot it. It kind of went up his arm a little bit, and Bub never stopped running. He's into second base.
Now, will they rule that a single and an error, or will they just give him a double?
I don't know.
I
could see either one.
I could too. I don't know that he makes it in if Souders doesn't bobble that, but tremendous hustle from Bub either way.
Here's Chase Fralick with a runner at second. Nobody out for Auburn in the second inning. And the curveball is in there for a strike from Heath Clevenger. Clevenger gave up a leadoff single in the first, then a 2-run homer by Ballou. He's given up the base hit here to Terrell, and now Fralick at the plate. Stretch and pitch. Chase takes a strike down the middle. It is ruled a double for Terrell. Good for Bub.
Yeah, 2 extra base hits in the early going. And, McMurray was about a third of the way to second before he decided to turn back. Guys are hustling. They're bought in.
1-1 to Fralick. Ground ball to the right side to the first baseman. He'll flip to Clevenger covering. That does, though, get Terrell to third base. Hit it to the right side, get the guy to third base.
Yeah, runner at third and less than 2 outs. Optimal situation there. Fralick's at bat as good as a bunt. Gets the runner over 90 feet away.
And here is Derek Fabian. Auburn's shortstop is batting .253, 5 homers and 30 runs batted. This is another one of those veterans. Auburn needs this guy to get going.
Yeah.
And I think we saw some signs of it this past weekend against State.
I agree. He had hits in each of the first 2 games, drove in a run in game 3.
Pitch on the way. Fabian takes the curveball for strike 1. His defense has been superb throughout this season for Auburn. 5th home run of the season came this past weekend against Mississippi State. Terrell at third, 1 out. Pitch on the way. Ground ball foul past third. In between Terrell and third base coach Carl Nunemaker. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Derek Fabian.
Clevenger has gone much more with the breaking ball this inning than the fastball.
2-0 Auburn lead. Tigers threatened to add to that here with a runner at third and 1 out in the top of the second. Somebody from the Samford dugout has to run all the way out into the left field corner
to chase the ball down.
To chase the foul ball. Yeah.
All right.
Ball retrieved. Fabian back in the box. Terrell gets his lead at third. Clevenger off the stretch. And the pitch. Inside. Ball and 2 strikes, and that was the fastball. A leadoff double for Terrell. Went to third on the ground out to the right side by Fralick. Fabian trying to fight back from a 1-2 count. Clevenger comes set above the belt. Now the pitch. Outside and low, 2-2.
He's thrown him back-to-back fastballs and, frankly, hasn't been all that close with either one of them. Well, this crowd has continued to fill in, hasn't it?
Yes.
It's a good-looking crowd.
Taking advantage of the new chairback seats here at the Hoover Met. 2-2 to Fabian. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider off the outside edge. Derek down on strikes. First strikeout for Clevenger. And it'll take something with 2 down from Chris Rembert.
Gabe Gross will talk to him about seeing it away. The best it was going to be was on the outside corner.
Number 2, Chris Rembert.
And with a runner at third and the red-hot Rembert coming to the plate, I believe that's Tony. I think that's Tony David out.
That's one time through the order. Again, Clevenger coming off a 3-inning start. Before that, everything a third of an inning, 2/3 of an inning.
Coach is looking out to the bullpen right now.
Wonder if their plan was to get through maybe the lineup once. Yeah, there's the signal.
So Samford makes a Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery. And online, online at steaksandwine.com. Steaks, letter N, wine.com. This is a Pepper Tree pitching change for Samford.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
The new pitcher for Samford is John Whitney. He's a pitcher and outfielder out of Venice, Florida. 5'10", 180. The left-hander, John Whitney, has made 7 appearances this year, all in relief, no record, and an earned run average of 9.95. 6 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits and 8 walks. Therefore, 9 runs have scored, 7 have been earned. He has struck out 12 in 6 1/3 innings. He's given up 2 doubles, a homer, and he's hit 2 batters. The batting average against him, though, is just 167. So John Whitney is on. Clevenger goes through the lineup 1 time, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs to this point. Runner at third belongs to him. No walks and 1 strikeout. He faced 9 batters, and he is now out, and John Whitney is in.
A left-hander now, and Auburn had stacked the lineup with his left-handers against the righty Clevenger. And now the lefty Whitney is on to face Rembert with 2 outs and a runner at third for the Tigers.
Lefties don't have any hits against him this year. Righty's batting 200. Fastball tops out at 90. He's got a slider and a changeup as well. And to the righties, it is almost exclusively fastball slider. A low 3/4 delivery. Not quite the side, but pretty close to a sidearm delivery from the lefty Whitney.
5'10", 180 out of Venice, Florida, Venice Senior High School. He's trying to get out number 3, get Samford back to the dugout, trailing only 2-0.
Yep.
Terrell back to third base and Rembert to the plate. Led off the game with a single to left on a 1-1 pitch. Then scored 2 pitches later on the mammoth home run to center by Cade Ballou. That's the only scoring right now. Outfield straight away with Rembert at the plate. Infield back with 2 outs. The pitch. Chris swings and taps it foul up the third baseline.
Rembert with 9 multi-hit games in the last 17. He's now hit safely in 5 straight. Had 2 hits against Samford the first time.
Got to wait for the foul ball to be retrieved down in the left field corner. They might want to plant somebody in that area.
That'd be a good idea.
Give them a helmet, put them on a chair down there like a 12-year-old. 0-1 the count, pitch on the way. He missed with the fastball up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Boaz could do that.
Sure he could. Oh, you don't think he'd be excited about that?
He'd have his glove and everything, wouldn't he?
Yeah. He might run, try to take one away in left field.
You're right. 1-1 pitch to Rembert. Inside, ball 2. Ooh. The SEC Player of the Week, the first freshman to be named SEC.
That doesn't mean first Auburn. That means first with all the talent in the league this year. Rembert's the first freshman in the SEC to get the honor.
2-1. Outside corner, strike with the change. 2-2 now to Rembert.
So the fastball hasn't been near the zone. The slider has been there for a strike. See what he goes back to.
He comes set. 2-2. High, ball 3. Another fastball up and out of the zone. The count is full now to Rembert. Second baseman Ince. He's shading up the middle just a bit. First baseman well off the line. 3-2 pitch. Rembert swings and misses. And Whitney works out of the jam. No runs, a hit, no errors. A man left for Auburn. We go to the bottom half of the second. Auburn on top of Samford 2-0, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Bottom of the second for Samford, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Souders, McDonald, and Gupton to face Christian Chatterton. Second inning tonight brought to you by Southern Union. There's a new path to the Plains, and it runs through Southern Union State Community College. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently, all at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. Christian Chatterton struck out 2 in the first. He will get Jake Souders to lead off the second. First pitch to him. In there for a strike.
That looked like the straight curve.
Souders batting .318, 7 homers, 34 runs batted in, 12 stolen bases, and 13 attempts. Pitch. That's the change, and that's a strike. There's a great HBO documentary about the Brooklyn Dodgers. I think it was done by HBO, and they do such a good job with especially their sports documentaries. A ball and a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball off the glove of the catcher. 2-1 the count. And they document so many of the Dodgers' October failures against the Yankees in the World Series. It just seemed like it was every time that was the Yankees they faced and lost to the Yankees every which way they could. That one misses low. 3-1 the count. Excuse me. 2-1 the count. 2-2 the count. Anyway, back to the story.
Yeah.
The one time that the Dodgers beat the Yankees had a starting pitcher named Johnny Padres. 2-2 pitch coming up from Chatterton. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the right side out of play. And Padres went the distance. And the Yankees and the Dodgers were getting close to finally winning the World Series. And they've got all of these dignitaries that are talking about growing up as Brooklyn Dodger fans and the sadness and the heartbreak that they had felt. Chatterton looks in, and the 2-2 pitch, here it is. Curveball, strike 3. That's the third straight strikeout. Doggone it, I wish it were a changeup. Anyway, As it got down to the final strike in that World Series, Johnny Padres, and I think it was at Yankee Stadium, and they talk about listening, because obviously most of the folks listened to that game. And almost to a person, they talk about that last pitch, and they all said one word, changeup. That he threw for a strike, and the Dodgers won the World Series. So I think of Chatterton, and I think of that documentary as he throws one, spikes one in the dirt to Parker McDonald.
I don't know who the first person to throw a changeup was or how you'd even come up with that grip. What if we tried this way?
Swing, drive down the left field line, foul, and onto the grassy berm near the left field corner. There's another one down the right field corner. Count goes to a ball and a strike. His changeup this season, though, and being able to throw it in any count has turned around his season. 1-1. Curveball, a little bit high, 2-1. McDonald hitting .319, 11 homers on the year. The pitch. Swing at the change and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's not only a strike because of where he throws it, it's a strike because they don't see it coming out of the hand.
Right.
2-2. Another changeup, swing and a miss, and that's 4 straight strikeouts for Chatterton. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one.
The first 5 in this order are batting .331, .316, .352, .318, .319, and they have 9, 4, 7, 7, and 11 home runs, and he struck 4 of them out.
The only one that's put one has put one into play is Ince with that pop fly to right.
Yeah.
Here's Michael Gupton. He's not from Houston. I don't know where Houston came from. Center fielder. Wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that was the fastball. His fastball is 90. It's got to look 93, 94 with that changeup. Oh, 1 pitch to Gupton. Out in front of the changeup and up and out of play off the left side.
And that's what we were talking about. When Ince flied out, you talk about taking the sting out of the swing. A really well-balanced changeup with a good fastball does that. And if you can locate them both in the strike zone, the hitter thinks it's a fastball. He swings early. He can't slow down enough.
0-2 pitch. Did he go around? He did not. Frelick blocked it. It bounced up the first base line, a ball and 2 strikes. And then if you add a curveball from time to time, we've seen it already in the first couple innings tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Michael Gupton, the center fielder. Pitch, swing and a miss. He struck out the side, and again with changeup. 3 up, 3 down. 5 strikeouts for Christian Chatterton. We're through 2. Auburn 2, Samford nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Move to the top of the third. Cade Ballou, Ike Irish, and Cooper McMurray. 3 left-handed hitters against the left-hander, John Whitney. Really nice job by Samford to work out of a possible jam in the top of the second. A leadoff double by Terrell. He went to third on the ground out. But the starter, Clevenger, got a strikeout of Fabian, And then Whitney came in and on a 3-2 pitch struck out Rembert.
He weathered the right-handed storm that is Chris Rembert, and now he gets 3 lefties in a row here in this inning. Limited work on the year from Whitney, but lefties don't have a hit against him.
Ike Irish will try to solve that problem right here. Or excuse me, Ballou. So will Irish, but Ballou right now.
So will McMurray after him. Yeah.
Ballou hit a 2-run homer to center in the first. It's the only scoring of tonight's game. Tigers lead 2-0. Pitch on the way. Ballou swings and chops it into the shift. Shortstop moves over and makes the play to first. And for the first time in the first 3 innings, Samford retires the leadoff man for Auburn, and here is Irish. Hit the ball hard. A sinking liner stabbed by Jeffrey Ince, the Samford second baseman in the first inning. Whitney, the wind and the pitch. Irish takes it a little bit high, ball 1.
Seems to have a little more life on his fastball than the starter, Clevenger.
Irish open stance from the left side, awaits the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That one misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. As aggressive as Ike is offensively, I'm not sure that Auburn has anyone with a better eye at the plate than Ike Irish. A shift into a modified shift, the pitch to Ike, and he goes the opposite way and fouls it out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Leads Auburn with 11 home runs, batting .336. His 37 runs, number 2 behind the man on deck, Cooper McMurray. 2-1. Up and in, ball 3. Glad to have you with us tonight. Oh, boy, it's a beautiful night for baseball here in Hoover.
Kind of made up for the last 2 games against him here.
Folks are still driving in for this ball game. 2-1 or 3-1. Popped him up. Lots of room in foul ground. The catcher is back there, and Hayden makes the catch. Just back into the left of home plate, 2 outs.
Yeah, jammed him on 3-1. Irish underneath it too much. He was frustrated as he jogged down to first.
It's 4 in a row set down by Samford since that leadoff double by Terrell. Actually, 5 in a row. And here's McMurray with 2 outs and nobody on. McMurray with a single through the left side back in the first. First pitch to Cooper. And he singles into left. Little sinking line drive into left. 2 for 2 for Cooper McMurray. It would have made it through the left side of the infield, but the elevation didn't matter where they were playing on the infield.
Yeah. Yep, that's a hit no matter what. And another opposite field single for McMurray. Love that. He's staying back. He's not getting out over that front foot. And 2 opposite field singles. Now that's 8 hits in the last 4 ball games for Coop.
And Eric Guevara to the plate with 2 down. Now this is lefty on righty with Guevara at the plate. Stretch and the pitch. Strike called at the knees. Guevara, a fielder's choice back in the first.
Big hole on the right side if he wants to go the other way.
As they hold on McMurray, and the second baseman shadows at second base, the pitch high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Especially if they pitch him away and up. We saw him get 2 backside singles in Sunday's game.
Stretch in the pitch. Miss low. At the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike to Guevara. Stretch by Whitney in the pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to the Auburn third baseman.
He was able to jam Irish on 3-1. Can he get that pitch in on the right-hander? Or would he try?
3 balls and a strike to Guevara. McMurray with his lead at first, 2 outs. The pitch. Ball 4. This low. Tonight's third inning is brought to you by the Vance Law Firm. The phone number is easy to remember, Bradford. They say dial 3 for me. 334-333-3333. A 2-out walk to Guevara. It's the first walk for either team tonight as McMurray goes to second, Guevara to first. And Lucas Steele, who batted left-handed in the first, will bat right-handed against the lefty Whitney here in the third. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Stretching the pitch. Steele jammed, and he fouls it up the right side. The commencement for the ball it didn't last very long. Bounced right to a young man who made the play and then gave it to a child. Nicely done.
The youngsters, though, they're
primed.
They're laying in wait on the concourse.
0-1. Steele again off the right side and into the chairback bleachers above the concourse level. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Lucas.
He's gone up there eager to swing today.
He's behind 0-2. Whitney comes set. Here's the pitch. Steele into center. Gupton to his left makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left for Auburn. We go to the bottom of the third. The Tigers lead the Bulldogs 2-0. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Auburn University, we're not just learners, we're doers. In every corner of the state, Auburn men and women put knowledge to work, fueling the state's economy and building healthier, more prosperous communities. We partner with local leaders to solve local challenges and create access to opportunities that benefit all. To learn how Auburn's at work in your community, visit auburn.edu/acrossalabama. This message is sponsored by Auburn University, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn 2, Samford nothing. As the Bulldogs come to the plate in the bottom half of the third. We're at the Hoover Met tonight. This is a true road game for Auburn, even at a neutral site. After the leadoff man, Jeffrey Ince, flied into right center field to open the Samford first. Christian Chatterton has struck out Jackson Harris, Cade Carr, Jake Shouters, Parker McDonald, and Michael Gupton in order. And he will get the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the third. Angelo Prieto, Hayden Perry, and Gus Gandy.
He's just done what he's done all year. He's thrown the fastball and the changeup, and he's thrown them well.
Wind and the pitch in there for the strike.
He's also thrown a 12-6 curveball like that for a first pitch strike now twice.
Prieto at the plate, batting .273, a homer, 4 runs batted in limited action this year for Samford. The pitch, same result. Curveball for strike 2. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Prieto. Wind and the pitch. Fly ball down the right field line, foul, and out of play.
Prieto waited on the change. Almost waited too late. But was able to stay alive.
Like ants to a picnic, they were converging on that ball down there in the corner. Oh, and 2 the count to Prieto. Wind in the pitch. Chopper foul. Just got a piece of it.
Chatterton in 6 innings against Jack State, 8 strikeouts, 4 innings against Georgia Tech, 6 strikeouts, 19 strikeouts in the last 12 innings for Chatterton.
And he's ahead of Prieto, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the wind in the pitch. Whoo, just missed the inside corner with a fastball. Maybe a little low. 1 and 2.
Really good pitch. First fastball he'd thrown him.
Chatterton shakes off a sigh, and there's a pitch con in trouble. He points to his hat. That's where the pitch con is located. Back up, winds, fires. Bounced it up there. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Prieto. Hayden Perry, Gus Gandy to follow, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Samford in the third. Tigers lead 2-0, a two-run homer in the first from Cade Ballou. Wind and the 2-2 pitch. Chopper left side. Guevara on 2 hops, fields and throws in time for the out.
That ball took 2 high hops. Guevara had to put a lot of muscle behind that throw, and he couldn't take a lot of time getting it out of his glove either. He played that really well.
Had to charge it at the end and throw on the run. Throw was on the mark. 1 down. And here's Hayden Perry, the catcher. Perry is batting 196, no homers and 5 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter against Auburn right-hander Christian Chatterton. Here's the wind and the pitch. Misses low and away.
He's not falling behind a lot of batters here these first 3 innings. That's a rarity.
Wind and delivery. Curveball for a strike. This is the 18th start of the year. 16th start of the year for Perry. 23rd game in which he's played. A ball and a strike pitch. Perry swings at the fastball and comes up empty.
You get him sitting on changeup, it slows the bat down. And like you said earlier, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball seems 93, 94, and you're late.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Hayden Perry. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging with a high fastball. That's the 6th strikeout of the night for Chatterton. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
Don't have an official pitch count. Yeah, and let's see. I've got him in the mid-30s unofficially.
There are occupants, but nobody throwing in the Auburn pen, just in case you're wondering.
He is at 40 officially, right at 40.
Here's Gus Gandy, the number 9 hitter, with 2 outs and nobody on. Chatterton, the wind and the pitch. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Shortstop is hitting .268, a homer and 20 runs batted in. Gets the sign he wants. Rocks and fires and throws it in the left-handed batter's box to the backstop. 1-1. 2 runs, 5 hits for Auburn. 0s on the board right now for Samford. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Looked like another change, didn't it?
Yes, it did. He hadn't thrown it in about 6 pitches.
That's right. Gandy now behind a ball and 2 strikes. 6 strikeouts on the night already for Chatterton. Shakes off a sign. Plenty of time on the pitch clock. He's down to 10. The pitch. Chopper to the left side. Guevara charges, fields, throws. Low. Oh, what a backhand scoop by Cooper McMurray on the shortstop. Woo! What a play by McMurray. And the inning comes to a close. 3 up, 3 down through the first 3 innings for Samford. Auburn leads 2-0, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
2-0 Auburn. Tigers come to the plate in the top of the second. A quick 1 through the Yellowwood scoreboard. Western Kentucky leads Kentucky 6-3 in Bowling Green. That's in the 7th. Vanderbilt 4, Indiana State 1, bottom of the 6th in Nashville. Knoxville, Northern Kentucky leads the Vols 4-3. That's in the top of the fifth. South Carolina 1, Charleston Southern nothing, top of the fourth. Kansas leads Missouri in the top of the second, 3-1 in the border war. Kennesaw State, Georgia tied at 1, bottom half of the second. Our thoughts and prayers to Jeff Danzer, our friend, play-by-play voice of the Georgia Bulldogs, who lost his wife, I believe, either today or yesterday. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, my man.
And a lot more just genuine,
yep,
nice,
you got it there, and
people in our business or otherwise.
Right. Exactly. We'll get more scores. Take you through the middle three innings. Here is Brad Law.
All right, Andy, thank you very much. Bottom third of the order, Terrell, Freilich, Fabian, due up. Terrell fills up that left-handed batter's box and takes a first pitch strike from John Whitney. 0-1 to Bub. He doubled, a hustle double to left center. Souders, the left fielder, bobbled the ball a couple of times. Bub never broke stride, wound up at second. He sends one down the line in left. An inside-out swing carries on to the berm, the lower berm, 0-2.
Our thoughts and prayers also to the Olsen family.
Yes.
Former Auburn great Greg Olsen.
0-2 pitch way outside, 1-2.
Sons have played at Auburn. Works at Auburn. His wife works at Auburn. All the kids have gone to Auburn. They lost Greg's father over the weekend. An absolute legend in Omaha.
Pitch, line, left field, base hit. Terrell with another one. A two-strike opposite field single for Bub Terrell, leadoff man on base.
One of the all-time great high school baseball coaches in the United States and certainly in Nebraska history. Greg's father, we were at the World Series in 19, and Greg and his father were on the concourse. And listen, Greg's as much of a playing legend there as anyone except maybe Bob Gibson in Omaha. And he and his father were on the concourse before one of the Auburn games.
Chase Freilich, the batter, with Terrell at first. First pitch to him is fouled back and into the seats, 0-1.
And everybody was coming up and talking to Greg's father and leaving Greg alone. It cost us all to chuckle. Our thoughts and prayers to the Olsen family.
Auburn 2, Samford, nothing. Terrell at first. Nobody out. Fourth inning. Pitch to Chase. He shows bunt. He pops it up. Left side. And as much foul ground as there is here, there's not enough. It's off the net and down toward the dugout.
The shift on the right side, he's just trying. That's not a sacrifice. He's trying to bunt his way on.
And might have bunted for a double if he had pushed it.
Yeah.
As hard as he hit it, if it had been fair.
The only one on the left side of the infield is the third baseman, McDonald.
Those of you watching on our In the Booth feed on YouTube can see the defensive alignment. Samford wearing the home white jerseys, Auburn in the road grays. Stretch in the pitch. Fouled back.
More scores for you. Mississippi State with an interim coach leads Memphis 4-0, top half of the third in Starkville. Texas A&M leads Lamar 2-1, bottom of the third in College Station. LSU 4, Southeastern Louisiana nothing, top of the second in Baton Rouge. No score between Austin Peay and Ole Miss.
Another 0-2 to Freilich. This one's way outside, a ball and 2 strikes.
Texas leads Prairie View 2-0, top of the second in Austin. Oklahoma and Wichita State, Arkansas and Missouri State canceled for tonight.
Stretch by John Whitney, the first reliever of the night for Samford. He pitches and misses low. Terrell off the bag, but scampers back. It was blocked there by Perry. He saved 90 feet. 2-2 the count to Freilich. Chase grounded out to first his first time. Second time he's hit with Terrell on base ahead of him. Stretch in the pitch. 2-2, swung on and missed. Went after a breaking ball that dropped out of sight. Freilich down on strikes. There's out number 1 in the fourth. And now Derek Fabian, who struck out his first time. He was the last batter that the starter Clevenger faced. So this is now one time through the order for Whitney.
Derek Fabian.
Right-handed batter out of Ocala, Florida. Stands in there. Swings at the first pitch, lines it off of the pitcher. Whitney recovers and goes to first for the out. That's a real tip of the hat play to Whitney. the pitcher. That ball was scalded back to the mound. It ricocheted off of Whitney and to the right, and he very quickly had the presence of mind to go find it and underhand scoop toss to first for the out.
I don't know where on his body it hit him, or did he just get a glove on it? But Tony David was out just to make sure that his pitcher was all right. That ball was scalded by Fabian. He took away base hit, first and third, and nobody or one out.
That's another trend, too, for Fabian that we've seen the last really 3 weeks. There's a pitch in there for a called strike to Rembert on the inside corner, 0-1. Rembert has singled and scored, and he has struck out. Runner at second, 2 outs. Top of the fourth, Auburn up 2-0 pitch. Off speed and low. A ball and a strike to the SEC Player of the Week.
Souders in left, 5 outfield assists. Gupton in center with 2, and Prieto in right with 1.
As well as Chatterton is pitched. You'd love to get some more offense against this Samford bunch. Off-speed pitch, that's flied to right. In comes Prieto, and he makes the catch for the out. And there's the third out of the inning. So second time in the last 3, Auburn got the leadoff man on base, left him in scoring position. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning at the Hoover Met. Still Auburn 2, Samford 0, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Football season is coming soon.
Man wide open, Cam Coleman, touchdown Auburn!
The Tigers return Friday, August 29th at Baylor.
Oh, the second he goes down. Oh, he got blindsided by Kelbrick. Oh, Reed in trouble. Reed goes down. DeMarcus Riddick.
This is your exclusive home for Auburn football, the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Samford coming to bat, top of the order. Ince, Harris, and Carr against Christian Chatterton. First time through the order, 6 strikeouts, 2 ground outs, 1 fly out. Guevara even with the bag and way off the line. Left-handed batting leadoff man Ince, ready to get the 4th underway. First pitch to him. Check swing, he went around. That's strike 1. 2 runs. Auburn has 6 hits. Samford looking for its first base runner of the game. The pitch swung on and missed. Changeup, 0-2 to Ince.
46th pitch of the night for Chatterton. 31 strikes for the Auburn freshman right-hander.
And a lot of strike 1, which is so critical. Wind and delivery. Off speed. Oh, he didn't get the call. Thought he had it. Christian thought he had strike 3 on the changeup.
Frelick brought it up.
A ball and 2 strikes. Wind and delivery. Swung on, fouled back. Still a ball, 2 strikes to Ince. 9 homers in the leadoff spot, 17 stolen bases. Kind of the prime example of the combination power and speed on base of 453 entering tonight's game. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He chased a high fastball. Strikeout number 7 for Chatterton. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Jackson Harris, the first to look at a called third strike tonight from Chatterton, and he swings and lines one right to Cooper McMurray at first base. Took a stab at the first pitch, lined it right to Cooper for the second out.
Auburn on the road at Tennessee starting Friday night. Tigers and Vols, a top 10 matchup. This Samford ball club steps outside the SoCon this weekend, hosting Miami of Ohio.
A SoCon-Maction clash
on the Samford campus.
Here's Carr. First pitch swinging. Line to right center. Long run, Cade Ballou. He'll get there, makes the catch, and that's a quick inning. 6-pitch inning for Christian Chatterton. Retires the first 3 in order in the 4th. We are through 4. Still 2-0. Auburn. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Thank you, Mark Aston. This ballpark is the Hoover Metropolitan Stadium. It has undergone a little bit of a facelift. They've added a luxury area, a premium area down the third base line. They've added a structure in right center to the right, as we see it, of the video board. That's visible on the YouTube feed or the War Eagle Plus feed tonight.
Looks like a standing room only area.
Yep.
And they've added the chair back seats. It looks like they've added new LED lights here as well.
Yeah. Fresh coat of paint. Looks really nice. Really fresh. Be looking forward to seeing it again in a few weeks for the SEC tournament. Here's Cade Ballou. Ballou, Irish, and McMurray, the pitch. Check, swing, grounder to third. Only man on the left side of the infield is the third baseman, who throws over McDonald in time to get Ballou. Just a check, swing, roller, and with one pitch, Ballou is retired for the first out of the 5th inning.
John Whitney's done a nice job since coming in.
I think by far his best outing of the year. He's gone way over what he has in any other outing for the Bulldogs this season. And you mentioned this. Auburn loaded up the lineup with left-handed hitters against the right-handed starter. Now this lefty has come in and pitched well. First pitch to Irish is high for ball 1.
Still has yet to give up a base hit to a left-handed hitter this year, right?
Well, he had coming in. McMurray and Terrell have hits.
That's true.
Against him, but that's it. Pitches low to Ike, 2-0. Irish popped up to the catcher against him. He lined out against Clevenger to second base. Open stance for Ike in the pitch. Inside, nearly hit him. 3-0. Looking forward to being up in Knoxville this weekend. That's a Tennessee team that is a couple of games ahead of Auburn in the SEC standings. 2 games ahead. Line in the pitch. Hit him. And nearly hit him on 2-0. Tried to come after that inside corner again. 3 balls and no strikes and didn't land it. And Irish is hit by a pitch and he's aboard.
Yeah, up on the shoulder. That's been an area of concern for Ike, and let's hope that it's okay.
9th time this year he's been hit by a pitch. He was hit on the foot in Sunday's game against Mississippi State.
Hit earlier this year on that clavicle or that shoulder blade, and it broke it.
Yep.
Missed a weekend to play him, but when he came back, whoo.
Yeah. He
Came
was
back
white
on a
hot.
vengeance.
Yeah. Infield is straight away against Cooper McMurray. Why? Because he's hit 2 opposite field singles. He takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner that he thought was outside. Count is 0-1. Whitney is at 41 pitches. This will be number 42. And it missed inside. A ball and a strike. He's not landing that fastball on the inside corner to the lefties, at least in this inning.
No midweek game for Auburn softball this week as the Tigers get ready to host North Carolina State for the last weekend of regular season play. Friday at 6. Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1 at Jane B. Moore Field.
Whitney deals the 1-1. Misses high to McMurray. 2 balls and a strike.
Then on to the SEC tournament in Athens, Georgia. I believe I'm right there. I think Auburn, by getting that series win against South Carolina, really strengthened its bid for an NCAA tournament berth over the weekend.
2-1 offering. McMurray takes it low and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Auburn women's tennis in town this weekend for the NCAA regionals. The Tigers will host South Carolina State Friday at 1 at the Yarborough Tennis Center. The winner gets either Clemson or Wisconsin on Saturday at 1 o'clock.
3-1. Took a cut at it. Fouled it off. It was inside. And now the count is full.
All the action out at the Yarborough Tennis Center this weekend is free. How about big crowds for the Tigers?
Love free. If maybe check it out for the first time ever. Never been out there. A lot of exciting. Pace is fun. Payoff pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw to second. Not in time. McMurray strikes out. Irish steals his 5th base of the year. 2 away. And now runner in scoring position for Eric Guevara. Guevara 0 for 1. He's reached on a fielder's choice and he has walked.
3 of the first 4 men reached base for Auburn in the first. Auburn led 2-0. Tigers haven't been able to do much offensively since then.
They've had runners in scoring position in all 4 innings since that first. Pitch. Way outside, ball 1. Looking for their first hit with runners in scoring position tonight. 0 for 5. Stretching the pitch. Missed the outside corner. 2-0.
Baseball this weekend, 5:30 on Friday at Tennessee, 5 o'clock on Saturday, and noon Central Time on Sunday from Lindsey Nelson Stadium.
Pitch home. High, ball 3. That is a Tennessee team. Of course, the defending champs. They have lost 3 of their last 4 series after starting league play 8-1. And they've lost 2 series at home this year. Tigers took 1 of 3 last time they played in Knoxville 3 years ago. Pitch. There's a strike. Guevara taken all the way. It's 3-1. That trip was the infamous 9th inning comeback. Bobby Pierce.
Bobby
homer.
Barrels.
Yeah. Give Auburn the lead and the win. 3-1 to Guevara. Check swing. Did he go? He did, says Eric Gaucher at first.
Folks may forget that Sunday game that weekend, or was it a Saturday game, was a walk-off for Tennessee.
Yeah,
Close.
that was Sunday. Yeah, Auburn battled all weekend there. And they will again this weekend. Pitch to Guevara, fouled off to the right at the end of the Auburn dugout. They get a piece of somebody in the dugout. They went scattering. Hope they scattered in time.
Okay.
So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Irish at second. And it's grounded off to the right by Guevara. Foul ball. We'll do it again. Two-run homer, Cade Ballou. That's the way the ball game started. Before the first out was recorded, Tigers led 2-0. Now here we are in the 5th. Payoff pitch. Guevara takes it outside. They throw back to second. And a good throw might get Irish trailing off the bag at second. As it is, it's a walk to Guevara, his 2nd walk taken today. And now runners at first and second and 2 down. Let's add this with Guevara, as the Samford pitching coach is out, as much power as he possesses, if he can start to add patience to his game plan offensively, he had not walked very many times prior to last weekend. If he can begin to add that and evaluate the strike zone a little better, man, does he become even more dangerous a weapon.
Pitching coach and the recruiting coordinator and the associate head coach, Tyler, I think it's Shrout. And there is some stirring in the bullpen for Samford.
They got to be happy with what they've gotten from Whitney so far. 54 pitches. He's worked in a little bit of trouble, but the water's never gotten too hot.
I believe that's right-hander John Malone that is warming up in the pen for Samford.
Another Lucas Steele, who will hit right-handed against the lefty Whitney. Steele flied out to center against him the first time he faced him, and he takes ball one outside. Steele 0 for 2. He grounded out to first base to end the first inning. He's been the third out in the first and the third. Trying to change that here in the fifth. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss at a changeup.
Back-to-back changes. He missed off the outside corner in the first one. And Lucas swung through that one.
A ball and a strike to the Auburn DH. The pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. And glad you're with us tonight on the Auburn Game Day app, radio stations throughout the state. And more people watching than any other broadcast on YouTube and War Eagle Plus tonight. The pitch. Downstairs, 3-1. That's because with no other TV tonight, we have flipped that camera around and you can see the field. And so we appreciate those of you who tuned into the broadcast that way tonight. 3-1 pitch to Steele. Off speed and in there for strike two. Caught the outside corner with the change. Third straight full count. Fourth straight 3-ball count from Whitney. He is stockpiling the pitches. Be interesting to see if he makes it to the sixth. Here's the payoff pitch to Steele. Runners go. It's a called third strike on the inside corner, a fastball. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 stranded for the Tigers. They've stranded 7 now in their first 5 trips to the plate. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 2-0, Auburn in front. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the 5th at the Hoover Met. The 5th inning is presented by Wind Creek Casinos. Elevate your game plan to fabulous. Play the hottest games and win fabulous rewards at Wind Creek Casinos and on the Casinoverse app. 2-0, Auburn in front. Christian Chatterton to face the middle third of the order. Souders, McDonald, and Gupton. Brad Law alongside the fabulous voice of the Auburn Tigers, Andy Burcham. And the fabulous Jay Neal is in the fabulous Skyview Studios tonight.
Glad he's feeling more fabulous.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a good point. Over the weekend, Jay was supposed to be with us. He wound up in the hospital. First pitch, a called strike. Change up in there to Souders. 0-1. Souders struck out in his first look at Chatterton. Christian plants and fires, and it's a swing and a foul tip. 0-2. A 7-pitch 4th inning for Christian Chatterton. 15 1/3 innings without an earned run allowed for the freshman right-hander. Off the right side of the rubber, squares his shoulders. He's ready to work again against Souders. Christian to the wind and to the plate. Quick step pitch there. A little slide step from the windup. Missed up and in with a fastball, 1-2. That was different. Bottom of the 5th. Lights are shining bright. The pitch. Change up lined off the glove of Guevara And into foul territory, left side. Souders going to head for 2, and he will make it. First base runner of the ball game for Samford, a double by Souders, his 13th double of the season. Scorched to third. Guevara got a glove on it, but he would have had to have made just a 9 out of 10 degree difficulty play in order to keep that one from making its way through. Good piece of hitting by Souders. So 12 straight retired by Chatterton before that double, and now a tying run comes to the plate in the form of the leading home run hitter, Parker McDonald. Chatterton looks to second a couple of times, fires home. McDonald takes it for ball 1. It bounced up there at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Chatterton becomes such a steady force from the mound in these these midweek games in the last month. Pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. These midweek games kind of viewed as leading into the weekend, leading off the week. You can get some momentum with a solid midweek victory. Chatterton works a little more deliberately now with the runner at second. Pitch. Another curveball popped up right side. That'll hit the seats. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to McDonald. He was one of 5 straight strikeouts between the first and second inning. Chatterton with 7 strikeouts. He's looking for number 8. Checks second base, comes home. Up and in with a fastball, 2-2 to McDonald. It's the 3rd time this season Chatterton has struck out 7 or more. He had 8 against Jack State, 9 against Baylor. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went after a high fastball. He's got 8 strikeouts tonight. McDonald down on strikes for a second time. K-Counter at 8. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you are always number 1. And here is Michael Gupton with 1 out. And Souders at second. Gupton with 8 homers of his own, 31 driven in. Pretty good runner as well. Spin, throw to second, wild, and into center field. Chatterton threw it to the right of Rembert. And Souders takes third on the errant throw. He's 90 feet away. Auburn leads 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th. One youngster in particular not happy about that play. Stretch by Chatterton in the pitch. Threw him a curve and missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Samford team 3 games over 500 in SoCon play. Solid hitting team. And they haven't pitched bad tonight. There's a fly ball down the line and left, but he was in front of the changeup and fouled it off. Very early swing by Gupton, and now the count evens at a ball and a strike. Back here at the Hoover Met for the SEC tournament, May 20th through the 25th. All 16 teams play. 1 through 4 get a double bye into either Thursday or Friday. 5 through 8 get a single bye into Wednesday. The pitch. Fouled back over the net into the seats. A ball and 2 strikes to Gupton. It's like the SEC basketball tournament in that 9 through 16 play on day 1. 5 through 8 play the winners of those games on day 2. And then there are only 2 games on Thursday, 2 games on Friday. The 1 and the 4 seeds play Thursday. The 2 and the 3 play Friday. So you get a day off at some point in there before semis on Saturday, championship Sunday. Pitch, fouled straight back. Tried to run the fastball in there by Gupton. Placed it on the outside corner. Not a bad pitch, but Gupton fouled it off. This is the second time through the order against Chatterton. Souders doubled down the third base line and then went to third on the error on the throwback behind him at second. So he's at third with one out, and the 1-2 pitch on the way to Gupton. Struck him out.
Change up.
9 strikeouts ties a season and career high for Christian Chatterton. And now 2 are down. And Angelo Prieto is the batter. Prieto, the right fielder, grounded to third in his first at bat. Right-handed batter. Runner leads down the third base line, and the pitch to Prieto. It's low, blocked by Fralick, 1-0. Critical for Fralick to keep everything in front of him because there's a ton of room behind him, at least 60 feet. So if anything gets through the wickets, a run comes in to score. Auburn 2, Samford nothing, bottom of the 5th. Stretch by Chatterton, and the pitch. Ground ball to short. Fabian dives and knocks it down. Throws to first. On a hop, McMurray gloves for the out. Fabian, that ball got on him much faster than it looked off the bat. He had to lay out and make the stop and then deliver a throw to first that McMurray picked out of the dirt all the way around. Great defensive play. It's our defensive play of the game presented by Cook's Pest Control. No runs, a leadoff double. No hits or no errors and a runner left on base for Samford. Don't forget to add pest control to your lineup, from keeping mosquitoes away to protecting against termites and clearing cobwebs. Spring cleaning is not done until you call Cook's Pest Control. It preserves the Auburn 2-0 lead through 5. We'll break away. The 6th inning is next. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Auburn comes to bat in the 6th inning, leading Samford 2-0. A 2-run homer from Cade Ballou. And that's been all the offense so far. Terrell, Fralick, and Fabian. And they will face a new Samford pitcher. The lefty, John Whitney, is out. The righty, John Malone, is in. He's out of Fairhope.
Number 38, 6'1", 210. Right-hander from Fairhope, Alabama, Bayshore Christian School. Malone, 1-1 on the year, a 3.77 earned run average. This will be his 12th relief appearance, 14 in the 3rd innings, 8 runs, 6 earned on 15 hits, 18 strikeouts, 11 walks. He has surrendered 3 homers, and opponents are hitting .278 against Malone. John Whitney, 3 1/3, very strong innings for Samford. No runs, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 60 pitches, 32 for strikes.
Bub Terrell is 2 for 2. He has singled and he has doubled, and he greets the new pitcher. First pitch from Malone to the left-handed hitting left fielder. Misses outside and a little low. Ball 1. Terrell turns, kicks a little dirt, and gets back in the box. Slightly open stance for Terrell. The pitch off speed and popped up. Left center. Left fielder camps under it. Souders finally watches it come down into the glove. And they get Terrell for the first time tonight. 1 away in the 6th. Now Chase Fralick, the batter. Chase looking for his first hit of the game. Freilich has grounded to first and struck out. First pitch to him. Check swing. Foul ball left side over the Samford dugout. And it's 0-1 to Chase. Well, you always have a plan A going into the season, and I don't think plan A was for Freilich to catch the bulk of the games this year. But, man, he has answered the bell. There's an off-speed pitch to him outside, 1-1. Irish with early season injuries, and Chase just stepped right in there and performed well. He battled for strikes to help his pitchers. Here's the pitch. Off speed, way outside, and in fact, Malone fell down. Went down. Went all the way down, belly down on the ground. So it's 2-1. It wasn't just the offense from Chase. I mean, at one point a month into the season, he was leading the nation, the leading hitter among freshmen nationally. But he's a good receiver, helps call the games with the pitchers. 2-1. Bounced up there, 3 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Tigers on top, 2-0. They've out hit the Bulldogs 6-1. Auburn has had runners in scoring position in every inning since the first. Shift is on against him. The breaking ball is in for a strike. Straight curveball. Now the count is full. McDonald, the third baseman, is in the short spot. Everybody else on the right side of the diamond. Payoff pitch to Freilich. Ground ball, right side, foul. Andrew Dutton knocked it down and then picked it up, tossed it into the crowd. Makes a young fan's night, just as some of the Auburn football players made some kids' days earlier today. They were at local schools. Pitched to Freilich. Threw him a fastball and spiked it. Bounced up there in front of the plate. So Freilich, a patient at bat, works a 1-out walk. He's there for Derek Fabian.
1-out ball for Chase Freilich.
No midweek next week. Final exam week. South Carolina is in for a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series next weekend. And that's the last SEC home series. Pitch to Fabian. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Final SEC games at home. South Carolina, as Brad mentioned. But that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week.
Yeah, Auburn closes with Thursday, Friday, Saturday, back-to-back weeks. Pitch to Fabian, up and in, 1-1.
The last scheduled home game right now for the regular season is Auburn and Jacksonville State on May 13th, Tuesday night at 6.
And you take care of business in these last 3 series, and that's not your last home game of the year,
That's
though.
right.
1-1, pitch to Fabian, ground ball, back up the middle, shortstop gloves, goes to second for 1, on to first, in time. That is a whale of a play. Really spectacular double play, turned by Samford. Gandy fielded it, and then option pitched it to Ince, covering the bag at second, and then he turned and got a speedy Derek Fabian at first base. A 6-4-3 twin killing, and the inning is over. Samford's played some good defense tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-0. Auburn in front. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
If your day sounds like
we need the report ASAP,
you deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more rings, 2 more.
you deserve this ice cold Brew. Modelo, Remarkable Fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port Chicago, Illinois.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Auburn in front of Samford 2-0. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders proud to provide first aid care at Plainsman Park and every Auburn Athletics home event. Christian Chatterton, 5 shutout innings. He's given up 1 hit. That hit the only base runner. No walks. He has struck out a career-high tying 9. And he'll face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in Perry, Gandy, and then Ince.
Right-hander Andres Alvarez warming up in the Auburn pen. Bradford.
67 pitches for Chatterton through the first 5 innings. He does not have a 3-ball count tonight. Pitch. Bounced it up there, 1-0. Chatterton out of Brooks High School in Killen. Pitch. Just missed a little up. Maybe a little out. 2-0 to Perry. He struck out his first time. He was rated the number 2 right-handed pitcher in the state of Alabama coming out of high school. Number 65 overall player in the class by perfect game. Here's a swing and a miss at the changeup and a beauty. 2-1. 7A player of the year, 3-time All-State. A sub-1 ERA his senior year at Brooks. Pitch. Upstairs with a fastball, and it's 3-1. There's his first 3-ball count of the night. Right-handed hitting Perry, the catcher. 3-1 count. Swings and lifts one right side, foul. Irish McMurray give chase, all-out sprint for the ball. They run out of room, lands 5-6 rows deep, and then bounces up onto the concourse where it is swarmed by a variety of youngsters. Anywhere from age 6 to probably 12 or 13. And the count's full to Perry.
There were kids running after that ball that started outside the county.
Payoff pitch. Struck him out. A new career high, 10 strikeouts for Christian Chatterton.
And came back from a 3-1 count.
Yes, he did. 1 down in the 6th.
In the 6th, this just gets Samford through the order twice.
Yep. The number 9 hitter, Gus Gandy. Ground ball to third, his first time. A dandy play by Guevara. Breaking ball. Did he go? Nope. 1-0 the count. Gandy, 1 home run. He's driven in 20. Another right-handed bat. Pitch to him. Curveball.
Oh.
Little bit high.
Oh.
Despite the framing by Freilich. And it's 2-0. And for the first time, this has got to be the first time that Chatterton's fallen behind back-to-back hitters. Fell behind 3-1, struck out Perry. Now he's behind Gandy 2-0. Fastball, swung on, missed, just threw it by him.
Yeah. What missed on a curveball that he thought he had strike one. And he's like, heck, here's the heater. Do something with this one.
And Gandy didn't. Not that time, anyway. Back in the box with his gleaming white batting gloves. Here's Chatterton's 2-1. Another fastball off the hands. Jammed him. Popped up right side. Foul ground. McMurray's there. Cooper puts a squeeze on it, and there's the second out. Nice job of pitching twice to the 8 and 9 hitters. Fell behind in the count. Came back to get him. Just cool as could be.
Fell behind Perry 3-1. Came back and struck him out for his career-high 10th K of the night. Fell behind Grandy 2-1. And used the fastball to get him. The eventual pop out in foul territory to Cooper McMurray.
Back to the top of the order in Ince. 0 for 2. He's flied out and struck out, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it to the left off the net. 0-1. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Auburn 2, Samford nothing. Pitch. Breaking ball. Missed inside. 1-1. Last year's game was rained out before we ever left campus. 2 years ago, we got here, and the rain started around 5:15. Pitch. Breaking ball missed low. 2 balls, 1 strike. And it must have rained 3 inches in an hour.
Never moved.
But it never, the cell never moved. It was dry 2 miles from the ballpark.
Yes.
It just sat right here and rained enough to rain out the game. There's a swing and a miss at the changeup. A high changeup. Ince went after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And don't be surprised if he now comes after Ince with a changeup in.
Yeah. Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Changeup line off of Chatterton. Knocks it down, flips to first for the out.
I hope he got the glove on that first.
Me too. He sure looks like it. He looks okay. Walking back to the dugout, you know they'll take a look at him when he gets there, and they'll make sure. What an inning from Christian Chatterton. Another 1-2-3 frame. Samford goes in order in the 6th. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by SeatGeek. They make it easy for you to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Auburn Tigers. Expect the expected with SeatGeek. Through 6, Auburn 2, Samford nothing. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
We're always glad when we get an opportunity to talk with Auburn's Director of Athletics, John Cohen.
Our graduates were the 3rd highest wage earners among the 14 schools in the SEC 15 years after graduation. Our students at Auburn, and you know this, everyone connected to Auburn knows this, our students go out in the world and they are highly successful. And when they're highly successful, they want a premium level opportunity at our venues. And the demand is incredibly high. Just to give you an example, we have 114 different accounts. So those are families or groups of families who are saying, we are very interested in a suite in Jordan-Hare Stadium. There's a real demand there.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
Through 6, it's Auburn 2, Samford nothing. Another midweek that has been spectacularly pitched by Christian Chatterton. And as Auburn bats in the 7th, the top of the order is up. They'll face a new pitcher. 4th of the night for the Bulldogs, it's Cullen Horowitz. Number 21, Horowitz, out of Shepherdstown, West Virginia, San Jacinto College. 6'4", 220-pound right-hander. This is his 11th appearance, 0-1 with an 8.59 earned run average, 7 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 7 runs, 8 walks, 15 strikeouts, 3 homers allowed. He's hit 4 batters, thrown 3 wild pitches. Team's batting .333 against Cullen Horowitz. Malone, 1 inning, walked a batter, got a double play through 12 pitches. Top of the order up for the Tigers, and here to finish it out once again, voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
It will be the top of the order, and the first pitch to Rembert hits him right in the middle of the back. Well,
that's just gave these numbers. The 5th batter that he's hit in 7 1/3 innings. See if Auburn can do something with this leadoff runner.
Well, Rembert led off the game with a single and then scored on the 2-run homer by Ballou, who now steps to the plate. And immediately Samford goes to the shift. Ballou, 2-run homer in the first. He's grounded out twice since then. Back in the fifth, a check swing ground out to the third baseman. Good lead for Rembert at first base as Horowitz comes set. The pitch. Ballou takes it in there for a strike on a change. A leadoff man hit. That is Rembert. He's at first. 0-1 pitch to Ballou. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in, 0-2.
Yeah, the back foot slider. That's tough. They have really gone after the inside corner with Ballou. They got him to check swing a little dribbler his last at bat.
6 hits for Auburn in the first 4 innings. They do not have a hit since. 0-2 the count to Ballou. The pitch. It missed low. A ball and 2 strikes to Cade Ballou. Tigers lead 2-0. We're in the top of the 7th at the Hoover Met. This is a home game for Samford. I had mentioned earlier, Auburn is back here for the SEC tournament next month.
Fastball, upper 90s. 95 to 98.
A ball and 2 strikes to Ballou. Here's the pitch. Just missed high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Auburn center fielder. Irish waits on deck for Auburn. Part of the order where Auburn sends up 3 consecutive left-handed hitters against the right-hander Cullen Horowitz. From Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Rembert to lead at first. The pitch. He goes inside. That hits Ballou. Wow. Back-to-back hit batters, first and second. Nobody out for Auburn here in the top of the 7th.
Well, the later it gets, the more precious that 2-run lead. You really want to lengthen this out and make them pay. They brought in a guy with a lively fastball but control problems. And Auburn's been pretty good at making teams pay for mistakes this year. 2 hit batters and now nobody out, and your best hitter at the plate in Ike Irish, who, say, if he dials in on a fastball, could do damage even in the biggest ballpark.
He's lined to second, fouled out to the catcher, and he was hit by a pitch. 4 Auburn players hit by pitches tonight, including both Rembert and Ballou to open the 7th inning.
Horowitz only has 2 pitches he's thrown this year. Fastball, slider. That's it.
He stretches and pitches. Irish takes the fastball on the corner for strike 1. The outside to corner. We're in the top of the 7th. Runners at first and second. No one out for Auburn. Tigers trying to add to a 2-0 lead. Rembert at second and Ballou at first. The pitch. Irish held up on a slider in and appealed to third. He did not go. A ball and a strike to Ike Irish.
And that very nearly hit him on the back foot.
Outfield play straight away with Irish at the plate. Infield back looking for 2. They would be in the shift if not for the runners on base. Pitch. Irish swings and misses. A ball and 2 strikes to Ike.
You throw a fastball in the upper 90s, that slider is wicked.
A ball and 2 strikes to Irish. Stretch in the pitch. Missed outside with the fastball. The fastball runs away from the left-handed hitter. 2-2 the count. All right, do you think slider again here? Back foot slider?
I would.
Rembert gets his lead at second. Ballou from first. Horowitz comes set. Here's the pitch. Ground ball could be 2. Shortstop to second for 1. To first. High, and he throws it away. And here comes Rembert. The throw home. He's safe. A tailor-made double play ball. But the throw from second airmailed the first baseman. Rembert scores on the throwing error. No RBI for Irish. Auburn leads 3-0. Rembert scores from second on the play.
It's an unearned run, but does not matter on the scoreboard, does it? They don't designate. It's a big third run of the ball game. And Ince had time. He had plenty of time.
His 8th error of the year. Now the Tigers lead 3-0, and here's McMurray with Irish at first and 1 out. Stretch by Horowitz. Here comes the pitch. outside with that fastball. When against the lefties, these last two at-bats, it's been fastball away and slider in.
Yeah.
Actually, the last three at-bats, and that slider into Ballou hit him. Irish at first, 3-0 Tigers lead it. One out, we're in the top of the seventh. Here's the pitch. McMurray. And that was a straight change, wasn't it?
Sure looked like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't look like a fastball or a slider.
A ball and a strike to Cooper. You can watch this game on YouTube. It's also streaming live as well on War Eagle Plus tonight. Stretch and pitch. McMurray swings through a fastball, 1-2.
He got away with that fast. That's you can throw that when you throw it 97, 98, because it was out over the middle of the plate. You can't throw many of those to McMurray or he'll catch up to him.
He's ahead of McMurray, a ball and 2 strikes. Stretch in the pitch. There was the slider. It missed down and in. 2-2. Again, they appeal. McMurray did not go. I predict another fastball, and I predict McMurray to go the opposite way.
Now that would fall in line with what he's done so far tonight.
2 balls and 2 strikes to McMurray. Pitch is on the way. A foul tip off the glove of the catcher on a fastball away.
And with this kind of velocity, and Cooper knows this, you don't have to really slug it there. You can just throw the bat out and let the velocity do most of the work for you.
Yeah, that was a different kind of swing from Cooper than that last fastball swing. Right. The trend has been he'll come back inside with the slider. 2-2 pitch. Irish with the lead, the pitch. He went outside, I think, with the change and missed. 2-2, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This is a Cooper McMurray at bat here. Patient. Took a shot at that first slider down and in, is laid off of it once. They're trying to pitch him away, laying off that.
Full count. Pitch, runner goes. Swing, ground ball, just foul past first. Over the head of Jackson Harris, but foul by about 3 feet. Irish off with the pitch. 3-0 Auburn leads it. Another absolute gem tonight from Christian Chatterton. Got to wonder if his night is done after 7 spectacular innings tonight and a career-high 10 strikeouts. And Auburn sends a bullpen catcher to the bullpen, obviously. They stopped play to allow him to get there.
You know, Auburn sent Irish last time McMurray was in a 3-2 count back in the 5th. McMurray struck out, but Irish was safe at second with a stolen base.
Going again. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base to get Irish. He slides around the tag and has his second stolen base of the night, number 6. McMurray down on strikes. And it's up to Eric Guevara now. A run home for Auburn on a throwing error by the second baseman, Jeffrey Ince. Irish now at second base with his second stolen base of the night. And with 2 outs, Guevara to the plate. Stretch and pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a good slider on the outside corner.
He pitched backwards a little bit, worked more with a fastball in.
Pretty good hole on the right side of the infield for Guevara. You've seen him reach out and just poke it through in the last couple weeks. Irish gets his lead. From second, 2 down in the inning. The stretch in the pitch. Guevara lines one to right. Right fielder Prieto is back, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. A run, no hits, an error, and a man left for Auburn. 7th inning stretch time at the Hoover Met. Auburn 3, Samford nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big War Eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoTigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC, member FDIC, Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Atmore is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Atmore. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
In the first inning, Chris Rembert singled to start the game. Cade Ballou followed immediately with a home run. That was the only offense until the top of the seventh. Meanwhile, Christian Chatterton pitched 6 shutout innings, giving up just 1 hit, no walks, and he set a new career high with 10 strikeouts. Here's your game recap right there. Auburn leads 3-0, and Chatterton's night is done. Christian Chatterton with his career high, 10 strikeouts out, and Andreas Alvarez is in, another freshman. Right-hander from Seminole, Florida, 5'10", 192. This is his 11th appearance, his 5th in relief. Alvarez is 1-1 with a 7.45 earned run average, 29 innings, 35 hits, 24 earned runs. Alvarez has walked 13, struck out 23, and teams are batting .299 against Andreas Alvarez. He started against Samford back in late February, went 3 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits and a walk. He had 3 strikeouts. He threw 71 pitches against the Bulldogs a couple of months ago. Chatterton tonight, 82 pitches, 54 strikes, absolutely dynamic in his 4th straight midweek start. That's now, by the way, 16 1/3 innings without an earned run allowed for Christian Chatterton.
All right, here is the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Alvarez in the 7th. Auburn on top 3-0. And Alvarez winds and fires. Swing and a miss.
Alvarez also possesses a good changeup.
Swing on a fly ball into left. Curving foul. Long run. Bub Terrell. Foul ground. He makes the catch. The extra foul ground here helped Auburn.
Sure did.
Bub went a long way.
He went a long way, and I knew he wasn't going to slide. Several weeks ago, he made a sliding catch. I don't remember if it was against LSU. I don't remember who it was against, but he made a sliding catch, and he told us the next day, he said, I've never slid for one before. I'm not going to do that again.
One out. Here's Cade Carr. Righty on righty, the pitch. Bounces up there for ball 1. Alvarez in relief of Chatterton. Wind and delivery. Carr fouled it back. And I'm sure Samford's just happy to see anybody out there except for Chatterton.
Well, they're an aggressive hitting team anyway, and they have gone up there swinging against Alvarez for sure.
A ball and a strike, the count. The pitch to Carr. Chops at third base side, but foul.
Really good curveball. That, again, there are a lot of similarities between Alvarez and Chatterton. Their look, their delivery, their repertoire, very similar.
A ball and 2 strikes to Carr. Alvarez, the wind and the pitch. Strike. Oh, my goodness. That was right down the middle. It must have been low. 2-2.
A really good fastball. I'm surprised he didn't get that call.
I am too. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the very dangerous Cade Carr. Andreas Alvarez winds and fires. Carr popped it up. Right side foul ground. McMurray gives chase and makes the catch right at the edge of the grass to the crushed brick in front of the Auburn dugout. 2 down. 2 foul outs to open the inning.
Yeah, you see the off speed is really fooling Samford. They're getting under it. They're swinging up, uppercut swings against it, and it's not able to straighten it out with any kind of power thus far.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Here is Jake Souders with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. Wind and the pitch from Alvarez. Bounces up there for ball 1. Two outs and nobody on for Samford. Bottom of the 7th. Tigers lead it 3-0. Alvarez, the wind and the pitch. Ball 2 outside. Three runs, 6 hits, an error for Auburn. No runs, a hit, and an error for Samford. Wind and delivery. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 2-1. The Auburn error did not come back to haunt Auburn. The Samford error, on the other hand, did haunt the Bulldogs.
Led directly to a run.
Yes. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and another fastball. After 2 straight outside the strike zone, off speed, 2 straight fastballs and 2 straight swings and misses. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Jammed him and he fouled it up and out of play off the right side.
And why not? Good pitch there. Went back to another fastball. We saw Chatterton do that last inning, I think, against Perry, the catcher. Had a couple off-speed pitches in a row not land, so he just said, all right, here's the fastball.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The count, the pitch. It misses low, 3-2. Three-two pitch, swings and lifts it up the right side, foul, and that'll get into the seats.
I admire what we see from Cooper McMurray and Ike Irish. They are going full out. I mean, it is a dead sprint. Just on the off chance, and there's no wind tonight, but on the off chance that it spins back into play.
Full count again to Souders. 2 outs and nobody on. The wind and the pitch. Ooh, he just missed inside. Boy, he just barely missed inside with a fastball. And that is the first walk of the night by Auburn pitching.
Now, Souders is the only guy that's been on for Samford. He's been on twice. He has their hit and their walk.
And that brings Parker McDonald to the plate, the Samford third baseman. Struck out swinging in the 2nd and then again in the 5th against Chatterton. 2 of the career-high 10 for Christian tonight. Stretch in the pitch. Foul back. You're right about them going up there aggressively against Alvarez. A runner at first with 2 down for Samford, bottom of the 7th. 0-1 the count to McDonald. Throw to first, runner back. Good turn that time by Andres Alvarez.
Alvarez, they believe, has the best pickoff move on the staff. We've seen it throughout the year.
Andres comes set. 0-1 to McDonald. Missed upstairs with the off-speed delivery. A ball and a strike. Two outs, a runner at first for Samford. Guevara guards the line at third. Of course, McMurray holds the runner at first. Guevara's at third. Throw over, runner back. Middle infielders back looking for that final out of the inning. Outfielders straight away. McDonald, 11 homers and 38 runs batted in. Pitch on the way. It misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Alvarez glances over his shoulder, throws close, but safe first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Back in by a fingernail.
Another good lead over there at first base for Souders, who has 12 stolen bases. Another throw over, runner back. First base umpire Eric Gaucher getting a workout here with those throws to first. 2-1 the count to McDonald. Stretch. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the knees with the fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, I think he caught McDonald looking for something else there.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Alvarez comes set just above the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. This low and away. And now Souders gets an early start from first. Let's see if Auburn holds him on. They will, I believe. Now McMurray's going to stay at first base. We may see another throw over there by Alvarez. Andreas comes set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Came up and in for Auburn's 11th strikeout of the night. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left for Samford. We're through 7 in Hoover. Auburn 3, Samford nothing. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse. Famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigjordan Parkway and Wire Road.
Southeastern Industrial Contractors offers the path to a productive and successful career for hard workers of all ages, especially young people looking to jump straight into the workforce. Southeastern Industrial Contractors is now hiring for great-paying skilled trade positions. Managing partner Derek Harville is a proud Auburn University graduate with deep roots in the community. Give him a call at 334-209-6355 to learn more. Southeastern Industrial Contractors, 334-209-6355.
Auburn leads Samford 3-0 as we move to the 8th inning. A Pepper Tree pitching change for the Bulldogs. They bring in Drew Druckenmiller, a right-hander, a senior from Mobile originally. He started out at Southern Miss, then transferred into Samford. Druckenmiller, 6'3", 210 pounds. This is his 14th appearance of the season. He's top 5 on the team in appearances. 13 outings, 11 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 17. Teams are batting .273 against Druckenmiller. No record and a 4.63 earned run average. Cullen Horowitz, 1 inning, 1 unearned run. No walks, no hits, 1 strikeout. He hit 2 batters. He threw 20 pitches, 11 for strikes. Horowitz out, Druckenmiller in for Samford.
To face Lucas Steele in the Auburn 8, with the Tigers leading 3-0. Steele batting left-handed against the right-hander, Druckenmiller. Shift is on the right side of the infield. Wind and the pitch. Steele pops it up. Behind the plate to the left. Hayden is back and has to reach back but makes the catch for the first out. Conecuh Sausage, the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage, a game day favorite, always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, off I-65, exit 96.
Now batting number 19, Bub Terrell.
Here's Terrell. Bub 2 for 3 with a couple singles to the left side. The pitch to him. Fastball for strike 1. Druckenmiller, fastball, slider, change, and curve. Fastball tops out at 93. 0-1 pitch to Bub. Swing and a slider. Came up empty, 0-2. 2 runs in the first for the Tigers. Another unearned run in the 7th. Auburn 3, Samford nothing. Wind in the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the change.
Yeah, Auburn feels like it's guessing a little bit against Druckenmiller here in the 8th inning. He's a 4-pitch guy.
7 strikeouts tonight for Samford pitching, and here is Chase Freilich. A walk in the 6th. He struck out in the 4th. Grounded out to the first baseman in the 2nd.
Infield shifts immediately against him.
Wind and the pitch to Freilich. Swing and a miss at the slider. 0-1.
Nothing but strikes here in the 8th.
Got Steele to pop out on the first pitch. Struck out Terrell on 3 pitches. And ahead of Frelick, 0-1. Pitch on the way. There's the first one outside the strike zone. Obviously, he's lost it. 1-1 the count.
They should go get him.
Yeah. How do you not have somebody warming up now? Just kidding. Ball and a strike to Frelick. Bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Line to the pitch. Chase swings and lines it down the first base line. Fair. That will get to the corner. Frelick around the bag at first, on his way to second. The throw in, not in time. The 11th double of the year for Frelick. It's a stand-up double for the Tigers. And Auburn's first base hit since a Bub Terrell double in the 4th.
Yeah, they'd had walks. They'd had 3 hit batters. But that is the first hit, an extra base hit. And Frelick, that he got a hanging slider and turned on it, hit it very well over the top of anybody near the shift.
And it gives Derek Fabian a chance to bat. Struck out in the first, has hit the ball hard twice since and has nothing to show for it. Stretch by Druckenmiller. Here's a pitch. Oh, low strike call. Hit the ball off the pitcher back in the 4th and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 6th and hit both balls hard right up the middle. Frelick with his lead at second, the pitch. Fabian takes strike 2 on the outside corner, 0-2.
Yeah, I started to make that point a couple of innings ago that over the last 3 weeks especially, it feels like he's had, I don't know, half a dozen to 10 balls that he just clobbered. They're just right at somebody.
He's behind 0-2, the pitch. Missed low and away. Stopped by the catcher, Hayden, and Frelick stays at second base. We're in the top of the 8th with Auburn on top 3-0. Tigers have a runner at second base, 2 outs. And Fabian behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Auburn still looking for its first hit with runners in scoring position tonight. What a great time this would be for it.
Big lead for Frelick at second. He's there with 2 outs. Stretch in the pitch. Fabian thought about it, but held up on a pitch that was out and a little bit up, 2-2. Druckenmiller, the 5th pitcher of the night for Samford. 2-2 the count now to Fabian with 2 down in the 8th, the pitch. Got him swinging on a pitch that was down and away. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Auburn 3, Samford 0. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
3-0 Tigers as we move to the bottom of the 8th at the Hoover Met. Samford will send up Gupton, Prieto, and Perry. On the Yellowwood scoreboard tonight, Vanderbilt a winner over Indiana State 5-2. Bottom of the 8th, make that top of the 8th. Western Kentucky at home leads Kentucky 6-3. Bottom of the 7th, Tennessee's gone ahead of Northern Kentucky 6-5. Bottom of the 7th, in Columbia, South Carolina 4, Georgia Southern 0. Bottom of the 5th in Lawrence, Kansas leads Missouri 6-2. Georgia leads Kennesaw State 5-1. Bottom of the fifth in Athens. In Starkville, they're in the top of the fifth. Mississippi State not struggling with Memphis, 17-0. Bulldogs lead it.
Wow.
Top of the sixth in College Station. Texas A&M leads Lamar 9-1. LSU 8, Southeastern Louisiana 2. Bottom of the fourth in Baton Rouge. Ole Miss trails Austin P 3-0 in Oxford, top half of the sixth. And here is Gupton to lead off the Samford 8th against Alvarez, who pitches. Chopper foul at the plate, and that got a piece of the batter. More scores for you. Bottom of the fifth, Texas 6, Prairie View 1. In the bottom of the fifth in Austin. Wichita State at Oklahoma and Arkansas at Missouri State canceled tonight. As Gupton walks off that foul ball off of his foot, I believe. Three 0 Tigers on top. Alvarez, the 0-1 pitch. Change up, miss low. A ball and a strike. Against Chatterton, Gupton struck out in the second end of the fifth swinging. 1-1. Bounced up there, 2-1.
Chatterton just consistently ahead tonight. That changeup was just lethal the first time through the order. And then he used the curveball, fastball, changeup pretty interchangeably the second time through.
2-1 pitch. Gupton takes it just off the inside corner. It's 3-1. Andreas off the wind in the 3-1 to Gupton. Pops it up right side. That'll get out of play. Onto the fourth row, the chairback bleachers. Ooh, some pushing and shoving for that loose ball.
Well, it's getting late, getting testy.
Yeah. Those guys are teammates on the same ball club, too. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him swinging. Nice job with a fastball, a little bit in.
Alvarez has not stayed ahead in the counts the way that Chatterton did in his 6 innings. That's now 3 times that he's fallen, 3 times in a row that he has fallen behind. He walked Souders, but then came back to strike out McDonald and then worked his way back to strike out Gupton.
12 strikeouts tonight for Auburn pitching, second for Alvarez, and here is Prieto. Swing at the change, and he fouled it back. Good first pitch. You could just see the reaction of Fralick to that pitch. It's exactly what he wanted from his battery mate, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Wanted that one, too, on a fastball. We do not have velocity tonight for you, friends, to let you know, especially those fastballs. But Alvarez is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Prieto. Wind and pitch. A little bit high.
Really good idea. Now you could come back with a breaking ball that starts at that level and drops off. Come back with a change, or you could try to bust him in with a fastball. A lot of options.
1-2. Went away. 2-2. He missed outside.
Yeah, tried the slider there. Didn't have enough of the plate to start.
I think you elevate a fastball right here, Brad.
Yeah, I think that could work against this guy.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call in the inside corner. He didn't elevate it, but he did throw the fastball on the inside corner, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't say that as a slight either. I just thought.
I appreciate the support.
He went after a fastball that was a little elevated for strike 2.
Two outs and nobody on. Alvarez trying to work a perfect 8th. The pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. Matthew Strand, I believe, is the pinch hitter. Is that right? Nope. Is that number 15 out there right now? It's hard to tell. Pitch. Bounced up there.
It is 15.
Okay. 1 ball and 1 strike to Strand. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Alvarez. Off the wind in the 1-1 pitch. Little fly ball into center. Here comes Ballou. And it falls for a base hit. That is the second hit of the night for Samford. And Strand is aboard. And we will get another pinch hitter. This will be Gatlin Pitts.
Well, the starters are 1 for 24 tonight for Samford. The pinch hitters are 1 for 1.
Substitution now for Samford.
Pitts, that's Pitts, batting .233 on the season. He has 3 homers and 15 runs batted in. Started 17 games. This is the 28th game in which he has played. A pinch single with 2 outs for Strand. He's at first. Now Pitts at the plate. Alvarez now off the stretch in the pitch. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Samford would love to get Jeffrey Ince to the plate with the tying run.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. Once you get, again, these top 6, you wouldn't know it because of the way Auburn has pitched tonight, but these top 6 are really potent.
0-1. It misses low to Galen Pitts. 1-1. Alvarez in relief of Chatterton. Gave up a 2-out pinch single to Strand. Now 1-1 to Pitts. The pitch. Foul back. 1-2.
Pretty good breaking ball sweeping away from him. Pitts just got the tail end of the bat on it.
All right, what are you calling?
I think I go fastball.
I'm with you. I'm with you as well. Don't mess around with this guy.
He's right on top of the plate. Might go up and in.
Alvarez stretches, pitches. Fastball. High fly ball into deep right field, but not deep enough. Ike Irish is there. Makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the 9th in Hoover. Auburn 3, Samford nothing. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Moving right along to the 9th inning here at Hoover Metropolitan Stadium. Auburn 3, Samford nothing, and the Bulldogs have made another Pepper Tree pitching change. Druckenmiller is out. Steckmesser is in. Evan Steckmesser, 44, Steckmesser. Steckmesser, a 6'1", 185-pound left-hander, a sophomore originally from Huntsville, started out at Snead State before coming over to Samford. Steckmesser, 19 appearances. Most on the team. He's 3-3 with a 3.57 earned run average. He has a save this year, 45 1/3 innings, 47 hits, 24 runs, 18 of them earned, 6 walks, 55 strikeouts. He's given up 11 doubles, 6 home runs. He's hit 2, thrown 2 wild pitches, and teams are batting .269 against Evan Steckmesser. Drew Druckenmiller win an inning, gave up a hit, and he struck out 2. He threw 12 pitches, 9 of them for strikes.
Galen Pitts was a pinch hitter for Samford in the bottom of the 8th. He stays in the game to play at shortstop, and Matt Strand had the pitch single, stays in the game to catch. And Chris Rembert will lead off the Auburn 9th with the Tigers on top 3-0. First pitch from the lefty, sweeps low for ball 1. Evan Steckmesser. Wind and the pitch. Rembert swings and lines it into the gap in left center field. It's down for a base hit. Rembert's second base hit of the night. Third time he's been on.
His 10th multi-hit game in Auburn's last 18.
And here is Cade Ballou.
Now batting number 14, Cade Ballou.
After Rembert singled to open the first, Ballou hit a 2-run homer. Rembert has opened the 9th with a single. Here's the pitch. Tried to hold up on the slider away, but could not. 0-1 the count.
His home run in the first inning is the only hit Auburn has with men on base tonight.
Rembert with the lead at first. Steckmesser stretches. The lefty comes home. Ballou swings and misses. 0-2. The count to Ballou. It's the only time his homer back in the first. He also has reached on a hit batter and swings and grounds it to the shortstop. Flips to the third baseman for 1, to first for a double play. The always common 6-5-3 double play. 2 down.
They had him played well there. They played him in the shift and hit it right to Pitts.
And here is Ike Irish. Line to the second baseman in the first. Fouled out in the third. Hit by a pitch and stole a base in the 5th. Reached on a fielder's choice and stole a base in the 7th. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike to Irish. Samford will have the top of the order up in the bottom of the 9th. Auburn with a 3-0 lead. Can they get a run here with 2 down? 0-1. Irish foul tip at the plate. He's quickly behind 0-2. Been a well-pitched game on both sides, quite frankly. 3 runs and 8 hits for Auburn. No runs, 2 hits for Samford. Both teams have committed an error. 0-2 to Ike. Off speed, misses away and low. A ball and 2 strikes.
Especially after Samford got a couple of guys into the bullpen. Whitney, the first guy in the pen, really settled things for them. Auburn only has 2 hits since the 4th inning.
And only 1 unearned run since that point. 1-2. Irish takes ball 2 outside. Next up for Auburn, Tigers at Tennessee Friday night at 5:30 Central Time. We're on the air at 5:15 from Lindsey Nelson Stadium. 2-2 pitch to Ike. Swing and a miss, and the inning's over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left for Auburn. We go to the 9th and Hoover. Auburn 3, Samford 0. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Andres Alvarez back to work in the 9th for the Tigers. Nope,
I don't think so. It's Ryan Hetzler.
Yeah, Auburn goes to the pen.
Well, they give Hetzler a little work here in the middle of the week. He only pitched once against Mississippi State, and so Auburn's closer comes in with a 3-0 lead. This is a save situation for Hetzler, and so they call on the sophomore out of Corona, California, the transfer from Cal Baptist, 5'11", 176, sophomore right-hander, a 4.64 earned run average. This is his 14th appearance, 21 1/3 innings, 17 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, 3 walks, 19 strikeouts. Teams hitting .213 against Ryan Hetzler. 2 innings for Alvarez, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He threw 39 pitches, 23 for strikes. So Ryan Hetzler is on to try to pick up his 6th save of the season. Tigers lead 3-0.
And Hetzler will get the top of the order for Samford. Ince, Harris, and Carr, the scheduled 3. Ince 0 for 3 on the night. That was all against Chatterton. Harris 0 for 3, and Carr 0 for 3. 3-0, Tigers lead it. Samford with the top of the order up in the 9th. Hetzler, the wind and the pitch to Ince in there for strike 1. Ryan back to work, the 0-1 to Hintz. It missed outside just a bit. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Now the 1-1 pitch. Bounced up there, 2-1. Ince flied to center in the first, struck out in the 4th, and hit one back off of the glove of Chatterton in the 3rd that he made the play at first. Or 2-1. Swing drive deep into center field. Long run for Ballou. At the warning track, he makes the catch just to the left of the 375 mark. Good to have a big power alley tonight. Ballou ran that one down in right center for the first out of the inning. Ball was hit well, but Ballou ran it down. And there's 1 out for Jackson Harris. Wind and the pitch to the left-handed hitting Harris. A little bit low. Harris struck out looking, lined to first against Chatterton, and fouled out down the left side to Terrell in the 7th. Ground ball right side. Rembert fields and throws to first. 2 down. And that will bring up Cade Carr with 2 outs and nobody on for Samford in the bottom of the 9th. Auburn looking for its 2nd consecutive midweek shutout. Shutout Georgia Tech on just 2 hits last week at Auburn. Have given up just 2 hits tonight. Wind in the pitch to Carr. Swing and a miss. Carr 0 for 3 with a backwards K. Fly to center and a foul out to McMurray at first. The 0-1. Carr chop on the infield. Now in foul ground. McMurray down the line makes the catch. And Auburn wins the game. For a 2nd consecutive Tuesday night, the Tigers get a 2-hit shutout tonight from Kristen Chatterton, Andreas Alvarez, and Ryan Hetzler. And Auburn wins tonight by a score of 3-0. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Denver Jones up the floor. Auburn's ball. Denver drives, going down, puts it up. He didn't get it. Tap up by Rose.